Alright my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of our F1 Manager Career Mode with Aston Martin. Last race is linked above. Feel free to go and check that one out before this one. Today, this is the penultimate race of our second season in charge of Aston Martin. Very much looking forward to this one. We are in with a very slim chance of potentially finishing fourth in the constructor. Sorry, I don't know why my brain went completely dead there. Yeah, in the Constructors' Championship. As you can see, we've really closed the gap on Alpine, and there is just a 19-point swing now between the two teams. So yeah, it's getting spicy. Basically, Alpine didn't pick any points up last race, and it cost them big time. Let's just take a little look at all of the bits and bobs in here. Yes, this is looking good. We've got a nice bit of money. I'm just going to check the facilities because we've got 45 mil. I'm basically just trying to keep it above 40 million at the minute. We're going to get like 57, 58 million, whatever it is at the end of the season. So I'm just trying to upgrade stuff that doesn't take us under that 40 million mark. Now we could do the hospitality, and that's going to get our attractiveness and our so for a facilities bonus as well as a team attractiveness bonus. Well, that might be quite important. I'm not really bothered about the scouting department because I just don't think we need that many scouts. Team attractiveness, the team hub, how much is that? 6.5 million. That would take us under. Race simulator, 8 million. There's no point looking at any of this because this is very expensive. But the hospitality, though, I think might just be worth doing. Just for that attractiveness bonus, because I am still looking at drivers, gang. I am still looking at drivers, and you know, obviously, it's all going to reset the end of the year, our reputation, all that sort of stuff. But you know, I'm still kind of, I think Lance Stroll has had a strong back end of the season. I think definitely the last 3 or 4 races he's been pretty good, but you know what? If I could just bring in a superstar next to Fernando Alonso, I would absolutely love it, to be honest with you. Like, I would love Pierre Gasly. Esteban Ocon's the one, I think, that I'm really looking at. His contract isn't too big. His buyout isn't too big either. And when I look at him, I just think he has all the tools, basically. And he's currently in the second car at Alpine. Would he come and be in the second car with us? It'd only be for like another couple of seasons, and then I'd probably promote him up to car 1. But yeah, I think Ocon is one, and I do really like the look of Russell, but he's never going to leave that Mercedes, and why should he? But he's up to 88 rated now, but George is such a solid driver. Yeah, he's defending, lets him down, but when you're in such a good car, you really need to worry about that. The thing with George is, he's only earning 2.3 million a year, and I can't get my head around it. This is a Prix performance. So we got Reach Q3 is kind of like the main one. I'm going to do Reach Q2 as well. Throw it in there for a little extra bonus, you know. And then qualifying position. Now we've made Q3, haven't we, for the last couple of races. I'm gonna do 12th. I feel like we are definitely good enough to get there. So let's do that. Finishing position, I'm going to do it inside the top 10 again because we've been super solid. And yeah, we'll go back to, I don't know actually, because we've only got 2 races left. Is there really any point in doing the finishing position streak? I don't think there is. Because there's only 2 races to go and it does it for 3 races. So yeah, that's going to be our stuff for the race weekend, all our performance targets. It's now time to head on over to Sao Paulo, Brazil for this Grand Prix.
Carnival atmosphere has already started here in Sao Paulo as Brazil welcomes the Formula One Grand Prix. The Autodromo José Carlos Pache has been a staple of the racing calendar for decades, and soon we'll once again be watching the best drivers in the world give it their all. The Sao Paulo track is beautifully designed to present an enticing challenge for teams and drivers alike. Between medium-speed S-corners, hill climbs, and the high-speed section after Junção, this circuit calls for cars to have a balanced setup to succeed here. With the season nearly concluded, time is running out for the teams. Can anyone make a last-minute breakthrough? Can the leading drivers hold on? Only time will tell. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One.
Right, it's time for practice. Do you know what's mad, gang? Do you know what's mad? Is last season we didn't have, I don't think we had one wet race. I think we had some wet qualifying, but we didn't have one wet race. Our last 3 in a row have been wet races, including this one. That is bloody insane, isn't it? That's actually ended up being the case. I don't know. When you ask for something, at least you get it with F1 Manager. Right, gang, so practice is over. Lance Stroll has a 94% confidence in the car. I'm actually going to stick his settings on Alonso's and then tweak it. So basically what I've been doing, for anyone that's kind of playing the game, and it just maybe, I don't know if it's good or bad, because the drivers will want the cars set up how they want them, but what I tend to do is if I get one that's that high, I will set this car up like it, and then I'll just tweak it to try and make it maybe more comfortable to what they're looking for. That's how I've been playing it. Practice went terribly, by the way. I think a lot of it might have had something to do with the fact that I had some pretty crap parts on the cars, and everybody, quite a lot of people are taking penalties for this race. We kind of took them early. We took them a race early with Alonso. I think that Stroll, to be fair, I am considering taking an engine penalty. Because everything else looks good, but I'm gonna run this qualifying, see how it does, or I might just take the penalty. Or what do I do? No, do you know what? I'm gonna run the qualifying and see how he does, and then we'll have a look after that. Right, so it's time for qualifying. Now, I don't think we're going to have any issues during quali with the rain. I'm pretty sure that we're going to have a dry qualifying session. We had a bit of rain during practice. It didn't cause too many problems, to be fair, but we did just have a bit of rain, basically. So, yeah, we're going to speedy around here. And this is probably, I'm going to do qualifying a bit more from next season. Is just like really try and speed up qualifying. I've noticed that it's been a lot longer this season getting things done because we've been involved in like the later qualifying rounds and whatnot. And yeah, like season 1, I think we only got out of Q1 twice. This year we've basically all but a couple of times. I think we've been in Q3. We've been very, very good with at least one driver. Lance Stroll, what sort of time is he going to pump in? He is going to go across the line very soon. Very, very soon. And it's a 1:09.028. Alonso not too far behind. What is Alonso going to do? Is he going to improve? Yes, he is. A massive improvement as well. 300ths of a second. That's a good lap from Alonso. Now, as I've already said, everyone's kind of taken big penalties this weekend, but it's nice to see that we're competitive. You know, Leclerc's just pumped in a 1:08.255, so yeah, we're kind of in the realms, aren't we, of what other people are doing. There's a few cars down here that I am getting the feeling might have got caught in a bit of traffic, so I am going to send both cars out again, I think, just to be on the safe side. We're going to send around about the 2 and maybe the 3 minute mark is where I'm thinking. Around about the 3 minute mark. Stroll's going to go, and then Alonso is going to go. There we go. I got him out on track. Quite nice time there. Although, yeah, I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, we are. So let's just let this speed run this this second lap. Stroll is catching them all up though, as you can see. It's a very, very quick lap here in Brazil. So let's just ignore that. We will head over to Stroll and see if he's going to improve. He does improve, I think. I think he went 1:08 that time. Not by much, but it is an improvement. It is an improvement. So let's just take a look at his lap history. We'll just ignore that. And yeah, he's not quite a 1:08. And he literally just about improved. It looked a lot quicker than that, didn't it? When we were looking at it initially. But Alonso, I don't know if Alonso improved. Alonso's lap is done, I believe. So did Alonso improve? He was on the older tyres. Very consistent, isn't he? He's so consistent. Is he going to get through, though? That's the big question now, because he is P10, and some drivers are improving. He's down to P11. We didn't have the pace in practice, and we don't appear to have had the pace in qualifying either, and Stroll is gone. Yep, Stroll's gone. I'm definitely going to take an engine penalty for Stroll. He's probably going to start from the back of the grid, but I think that is definitely what we're going to do. I would imagine everybody has set their laps now. Right, I'm going to get him out. Now, Alonso just doesn't have the confidence in the car that Stroll does. I tweaked it ever so slightly to see if we could get it closer to Stroll's, and it hasn't really gone in the direction I wanted it to. So, yeah, Alonso might just be struggling for a bit of pace in this race, but we've seen in the past few races we do really manage the wet weather quite well. So we can only hope that that's going to be the case again in this weekend of racing, basically, because that's essentially where we're at now, gang. We've got to do well in qualifying. We've got to try to get through to Q3. Would it be the biggest problem if we don't? Maybe not, because a lot of cars are going to be taking heavy penalties in this race weekend. So we might end up a bit further up the grid anyway as a result of cars taking power units. Might be one of the reasons why we're a bit slower as well than other people. They're going to have fresh parts in their cars. That is going to help them. And we are going to punch this across the line. It has to be a 108. It is a 108.6. I don't know if that's quicker than what he did before, but it's a half decent lap. But we now find out if it's going to be enough to get us through. And we're just going to see now. We'll let the time tick down. I don't know whether to go front of the queue or back of the queue. I'm going to go back of the queue. I'm going to let the majority of people come out for their laps, and we will go out last as long as everybody goes quick enough. And we should get round. We should. Let's hope we do. Yes, we do. Nice. Okay, we are setting a lap, and we've got nice clean air in front of us. So here we go. Ignore. Let's see what sort of lap we're going to punch in. 108.6 is where we wanted to be, and I think we did I don't think we've improved, and we're going to go out. We are going to go out. I don't think we improved. Other people did. Unbelievably, Bottas has got it up there. Magnussen in the Haas. Jesus Christ, how has he managed that? Right, well, that wasn't the greatest qualifying session, it does have to be said, but as you can see, P6 and P12, all because of the woeful, well, not woeful, but the penalties that people are getting. I am going to take, I am going to do it. We might as well. Lance Stroll's got nothing to lose, really. I'm going to take a penalty on a new engine for him. I think the ERSs are going to be fine. Taking a look at that, I think he's going to be all right as well. As you can see, the confidence in the car isn't there for Alonso like it is for Lance Stroll. So yeah, look, optimal. Jesus, it's a near perfect setup. But let's talk strategies, because we're going to have rain in the race. It's not coming until the end. So a bit of me wants to run long, and then it says moderate rain. What does that mean? Like, I'm hoping when we upgrade the weather center next, we will get more information about the rain rather than just this line and not telling us, what that means millimeterage wise. I think the intermediate tire is going to be the one to go on, because I don't think the medium will go to 45. No, the hard tyre isn't going to go that far, which is a shame, because we're going to have to pit. It's going to be a 2-stopper as a result. So actually, let's just try a medium strat then. Nah, the soft would go off and all, so it's going to be, yeah, it's probably two sets of mediums is what we are going to go with. Right, so it's going to lap 45. if I was to go a bit heavier... No. Okay, we're going to have to be very conservative, aren't we? So, around about lap... Yeah, around about lap 25. Or do we come in earlier and just make the most of better condition tyres? We was lap 20. At lap 22, we'd have a bit of life left in them. Lap 23, yeah, we would have a bit of life left in them. It is 45, isn't it, when the rain's going to come down? So, yeah, I think I'm going to go 24 for Alonso because he is better on the tyres. And then we will add another stint. It's going to be an intermediate stint from lap 45. And those inters will go to the end as long as we play it safe. So he's going on the hard. And then seeing how far we can take the hard, we could probably take it to lap, you know, we could probably take it to lap 30 and then get the soft on. If we wanted to like go quite heavy on the soft, we could get it to lap 35. That's interesting, isn't it? Might try that with Stroll. Whether or not we'll go heavy, I don't know. I might just actually do it like this. Amazing how much it takes out the tyre, doesn't it? But we could probably go a couple of laps heavy and then ease off. And then add the inter stint from lap 45. That's what I'm going to do.
We have beautiful blue skies overhead as the drivers line up on the grid. Looking at Fernando Alonso here. They might not be in the top 3 spots, but things could change fast once the race gets underway. There's Lance Stroll, down the grid. They're in the back half of the pack, so they'll need to work hard if they want a podium finish. The teams are ready to go. Who will win? Only time will tell.
Right, here we go. This is where we get to see if the strats come off. But yeah, let's just see, shall we? Let's see what we can do. Alonso's starting very high up the grid as a result of the grid penalties to everybody else, which is pretty decent. He ran a bit wide there, unfortunately. He looked like he was going to go up into 5th, but he did run wide. Kind of giving it all the juice, aren't we, at the beginning, even with the fuel and whatnot, but I think we can afford to. But let's see what other people are doing. Let's focus. Everybody on the medium apart from Stroll and Albon. So that's interesting, isn't it? I reckon Albon's going to go soft to try and get up the grid and then go onto that hard tyre. Yeah, we're doing it the other way round, basically. So there you go, gang. There you go. But yeah, it's all about sticking with the front drivers. And then using that DRS as and when it comes into play. That's kind of where we're at. Alonso was having a little look at the Ferrari there. Very confident. Very, very confident trying to get the job done. And he looks like he might get it done. He's really going for it here. He's having a good look. But it's a very, very quick racetrack, this one. Very short laps. And there we go. Perez is going to get the job done against Alonso instead. They seem to be so quick around here this weekend. It's mental how quick they seem. I'm going to go into overtake here. And yeah, it's going to use up all my energy. And then we're going to go into reserve.
DRS will be active.
We are going to need to do that, and we might get the job done. No, not quite. Yeah, we look a bit ropey in places, to be honest with you. We do look a bit ropey, but here we go. DRS is enabled. This will give us a nice bit of pace going into this corner. Please be careful, going too wide. And we're potentially 3 wide now. And yeah, it's a bit dicey, isn't it? Nice attempt, but do you know what? This is all about the long race. Let's not worry too much at the moment. This is all about the long game. Sticking with these cars that are near the front. We are very close to the Ferrari, and we got the job done against Perez. Didn't quite see it myself. You might have seen it. And there we go, DRS. And is he going to get this job done? Not quite. Not quite. He got the better go of it out, and he's got DRS again. And Perez got the tug past the Ferrari. Right, so we're 1.3 seconds away from Hamilton. That's going to be an issue trying to make that time up, isn't it? But I feel like because there's a little bit of a wet part coming to this race, that if we stick with the leaders, we might do all right. Stroll's gone backwards. But he might not have actually. I didn't see where he started. We did take a penalty. As a result of the changing the engine out. So actually, he might have kind of started in and around there anyway. So yeah, not something we need to worry about. We are kind of getting dumped by the cars in front, aren't we? And this DRS is just going to murder everybody. We got great drive out of that corner, but yeah, we're going to get the best of the DRS here. Well, hopefully we will. Not close enough. Jesus Christ, he left us, didn't he? He left us. DRS has really helped. I think we get DRS again here. So can we make the most of that DRS? Not on this lap. He had some wizardry going on, didn't he, at one point? But anyway, it's all about sticking with the leaders in the race. We're kind of on pace with this pack we're in, but we just weren't on pace with the cars out in front. Like, they're flying, those cars. They really, really are.
Sounds like a spin.
The Schumacher's spun it. He's all the way back in last anyway. Not really someone we need to be worrying about. Stroll is 16th. I think the hard tyres had a bit of an effect on Lance's race pace, to be fair. He's sticking with a couple of drivers. But yeah, I think going on to the strategy we've done with Stroll's probably cost him a little bit. Because I don't know how much it's going to help him in the long run, because he's not going to be on the softs that long before he goes on the inters.
Ferrari advance the race position.
But yeah, we will see. We will see. This is all about, at the minute, getting these tyres to where we want them.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
And they're going quite nicely, the tyres at the moment. Oh no. Alonso has locked up and he's going to go backwards. So that's just bloody brilliant, isn't it? That's just brilliant. Look, locks up and off the track, and he's going to have to try and get back on track. He's 11th now, and oh dear. Yep, tyres have gone off a little as a result, and look, we did not need any mistakes. We really didn't need any mistakes in this race, and that's a big one. That's a big one from Fernando, unfortunately. I do think we're going to struggle to get in the points, personally, with mistakes. It was going to be a tight race. He's on his own now. He's got cars to catch up. Can he catch those cars up? He's got cars behind him trying to catch him up. So yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. Let's just try and harvest some energy, if we can, on this lap, because we did not have a lot. Back into neutral. Oh dear. That's bad. That's a real bad mistake. Stroll's up to 13th. That's good to see. And we have Sainz in the pits. So what is Sainz doing? That's what I want to see. What Sainz does. Sainz has gone onto the hard tyre. That's really interesting. That is really interesting. Maybe burnt off a little bit too much fuel there. Alonso, though, running 10th and will be coming in pretty soon. Ah, so annoyed. I am so annoyed at that mistake. Verstappen's in, and and he's going to get out before we get anywhere near him. And yeah, because I wanted to be able to push for a couple of laps, but I don't think we're going to be able to now. So this is lap 21, and we want to come in on lap 24. So I might push the next lap and the one after. So yeah, we're just going to stick with this during the pit windows. I think it kind of makes sense to do so. But yeah, everyone's going to be on much fresher tyres and in a much better position than we are, basically. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. They're all pitting as well, look. All pitting. So, let's go quite aggressive on this next lap. And then we'll see where we are after that one. And then we will potentially pit after. But yeah, Hamilton just come out, look, just behind us. He's going to be on a fresh medium tyre. That's going to be nothing to compete with, basically. And I am actually going to bring him in this lap. Because they're all on their tyres now. And, yeah, I think it makes sense to do it. I think it makes sense to come in now. We're not really going to get the jump. We're not going to get the jump on anyone. We've got other cars coming in. So, yeah, I think it just makes sense to get this pit stop done. Sainz, look at him, look. The bad boy. Sorry, not Sainz. Stroll, running 5th. Alonso down in 13th. A lot of that has to do with the accident, unfortunately, that Alonso suffered. Well, not so much accident, but, you know, he went off the track, didn't he? And as a result, it's cost him. It's really, really cost him. But, yeah, Stroll is going along okay in 6th position. We're running him a lot longer, aren't we? We are going quite a way, but he's already on 56%. Nobody else is still out there on the hard tyre. Albon is, but he obviously came in early on his. So yeah, we're probably the only one that's running that strategy. Right, Lance Stroll, I'm considering bringing him in and putting him on the medium. Because he's kind of going backwards. I'm gonna do it. Because he's sort of going backwards, and it's gonna cost him. So we might have got him in. Yeah, we did. Brilliant. Got him in. Where's he gonna come out? Where's he gonna come out? Yeah, 16th. He's quite far back, but I just felt like his race was just gonna go to pot. But what we can do is, because everybody else is like pretty old mediums, we can push his mediums a bit. We can push them, definitely. Probably push them all the way to the pit window, which is going to be, what is it, lap 45. Is it still lap 45? Yes, it is. So yeah, we're still on schedule to have the rain. When it says we're going to have the rain, drivers out on hards. Interesting, that is, to be honest with you. Alonso and Zhou are having a bit of a fight here for 10th place, and I kind of feel like that's where we're at. I think that's really, honestly, where we're at the moment, in the grand scheme of things, gang. 6 seconds away from Russell, like, it's no joke, you know. We are battling for a point today. You know what? We're going to be pitting soon, so we're basically waiting for the rain, aren't we? Alonso, down to 11th. He got done by Ocon, and we weren't close enough to Zhou.
Rain's still coming.
Right, rain is coming, and it's going to be coming soon. So I'm going to be running this on 2x speed. We're going to be keeping an eye out for the rain that is inevitably going to be upon us very, very soon. We're so far off the pace of these two in front of us. They're on hard tyres as well. So there you go. Because we're going to just do what we normally do, and we're going to pit the minute we feel rain. That is what I'm going to do. I feel like you just get the jump. Just try and get the jump the best way you can. It is lap 45 that we're going to get the rain. Stroll is 13th, and has done a really good job to get there, basically. He's quite far away from Albon, but you know, we've really pushed the tyres with Lance Stroll. Really, really pushed the tyres. He's close to me having to settle him in now. But if we can just keep pushing him and keep pushing him, that would be great. But this hard tyre has been a beast. It's been an utter beast for the drivers up front. It's been a lot quicker than this medium, but then it will have a lot more life left in it, won't it? So that's something we do have to consider. Where are we at with this rain? 3 minutes potentially? Is that where we're at? Right, we're going to have to go into standard with Lance Stroll now. He's 14th. Where is the rain? Where is the rain?
Looks like there's been a lockup.
It's coming at the end of... towards the end of this lap.
Still coming, Lance.
There you go. There is the rain. Let's just get it done. I'm going to get these inters on now, and I'm going to do the same for you. Let's. No point to go too aggressive. Let's just burn the fuel. Burn the fuel. Right.
Yes.
We're going to just get him in. Get him in now. By the time we come out the pits, there will hopefully be enough rain on the track. Are we not coming in? Yes. Oh my God! I thought we were going to go past the pits like we did in last race. And there we go. There's Lance Stroll coming in now. Are we going to have enough time between the pit stops? Let's hope we don't double box. Let's hope this doesn't double box. In and out. Get it done. You know, shake that tail feather. Get these tyres on. Ready for Stroll. There we go. That's a beautiful job. That is a beautiful job because Lance Stroll is in and Lance Stroll is going to be out. Right, what I might do is, because we obviously have got to take these to the end, but I want to try and get the jump on other people. What? Why is there a yellow flag? Is it a proper yellow? I don't know. Do I go aggressive on these tyres for a lap? Oh, I just don't really want to. God, they managed to go round another lap and they're pitting and they've just... Look at... That's how far ahead they are. That's how far ahead they were. Yeah, all I was thinking was, could I get the jump by just pushing the tyres? But I think if I did push the tyres, then I'd be in problems at the end of the race. So we will catch up some of these drivers anyway, the ones that are on like softs and whatnot. Some have decided to carry on going, which is wild to me. Alonso is 10th, Stroll is 13th. Now Leclerc's in, we're way too far away. Yeah, look, you can see Ocon, Russell, Zhou. We're probably going to leapfrog all those guys. But we are now in a little battle with Bottas and Gasly. Now, can they drag us along? That's kind of what we need. And Stroll is in the points. Right, we're on this inter, and we're not coming off this inter. I'm staying on it. 4 mil, obviously, we know 4 mil is kind of like the area. And it's going to get there. It is going to get there, right? But I just feel like... the wet might just not be the tyre to go on. As you can see, a couple have gone onto it, which is wild. I'm going to run this inter for at least a few laps. And just see what happens. Because sometimes this dries out. And when it's this low, you can kind of get away with it. It's when it goes a bit higher than that that it becomes a bit of an issue. So let's just run it. There's people on wet tyres, which is mental to me. In all honesty, I do think going on a wet this early is a bit mental. But as you can see, yeah, look, that's as much as we're going to get rain-wise. So those on those wets, I think they've made a mistake. I really do think they've made a mistake going on the wet tyre. I think the Inter was the one. Yeah, you don't have the pace at the beginning of the shower, but as the track starts to dry out, your pace is going to come back to you. It is going to come back. So, yeah, they've got a real good lead. Verstappen and Perez, like, they're almost lapping Stroll, for Christ's sake. So they're miles ahead. But you know what? Sainz is potentially... Is it Sainz or Leclerc, or I don't know. I can't really tell. It keeps telling me about the belief. Yeah, look, there they are. Gasly has crashed. Gasly has crashed. He was in with us. He was part of us. So we will check this out because this could have repercussions for our race. And yeah, he's just locked it up and binned it, basically. I think that's where we went off. But we didn't hit the wall. We were lucky enough not to hit the wall. So yeah, let's see. So look, they're on wets. Did they pit to go on wets? That is wild to me. What are they doing? They're just ahead of us. Look, there. They might have to pit again. I think the Inter is the tyre, and it will go to the end as well. This one will go to the end. Yeah, Gasly's at the pit. But we're kind of comfortably running in P7 with Alonso. And then we've got Stroll down in P10. Our tyres seem to... Either we pitted like really, really early, or these guys have conserved their tyres much better than we have. But that wet tyre, how are they on that wet tyre and not going backwards? Like these guys as well, like up the front. How are they not going backwards on the wet tyre? Wild to me. Hamilton should have so much pace than them. You really should. But look, we're catching. Well, actually we're not. Because, Jesus, Bottas has left us for dead. How has he managed to do that? How has Bottas managed to get that lead on us? That is not a great race car compared to ours, if we're being really honest. So, what is the sector? Yeah, he's managed to just leave us behind somehow. I don't know how he's done it, but he has, and he's carrying on doing it. He's gone, mate. He is absolutely gone. So, Stroll is P9. He's got some very, very quick race cars in and around him. But yeah, Bottas. What is Bottas doing that is so different to us that he's got this much more pace? Yeah, his tyres are a bit newer, but that's mad. To dry out, we are going to have a bit of a wet one again. Will people put the wet tyre on? Okay, there's a big crash. Several cars involved. Is this going to be a proper safety car? Because if it is... No, someone was overtaking there in front of us. We've got no pace. I genuinely... I don't know what it is, gang, but we have got no pace. Yeah, I don't want to push the tyres, obviously, but like everyone just seems so much quicker than us. Look, pulling away. Like Bottas pulled away from us in the Alfa Romeo. I have no idea. I have no idea why this is a thing and why this is happening in this race. But yeah, we don't really seem to have pace of the front runners at the minute, whereas we've kind of had that this season. Stroll, and he's back into that 11th place. Come on, be more clever than that, Stroll. Come on, mate. We needed the points. Really needed the points. He's going to have the bloody Alpines up his backside now. It's not the time to be making mistakes. The rain is going up. The rain is going up. But I'm not coming in. I'm definitely not coming in. I'm staying out on this intermediate. We're going to see what other drivers do.
We've just had a car run wide.
Is it going to top out? Sort of Gasly just ran wide. Yeah, look, it's wet conditions. Stroll's locked up. Brilliant. Stroll is just, honestly, Stroll is going backwards at the minute, which is not great for our race, is it? Oh, okay, we get it. He locked up. It's a wet race. Just move on. Alonso is kind of being binned. Yeah, look. People are coming in and they're going to put wet tyres on. But those wets are not going to last that long. They're just not. This wet period isn't going to last that long. That's crazy. That is crazy that they put the wet tyres on. They've almost cost themselves. Anyone that's put the wets on, I think they've cost themselves in this race. There's not long enough left. I don't think you're going to get enough out of them. He locked up. Oh, Jesus Christ, Stroll. How many times do you want to lock up, mate? It's ridiculous. Like, if Stroll could just keep it on the racetrack, he might have caught up Gasly, do you know what I mean? But no, instead, he just wants to keep binning it. He's back in 15th! What is going on with him? What is going on with Lance Stroll?
Save fuel. Copy.
Jesus Christ. So bad. So bad. Running comfortably in the points. Literally no pressure on him whatsoever.
Is that a lockup?
I just don't get Lance Stroll sometimes. I really don't. I don't get what he's about. You know, he's just there. He's coming off into this with a bit of form. You know, a couple of good races and whatnot. And now it's ridiculous. So, no, not many people were brave enough to go onto that wet tyre. By the way, rain all clear. Right, okay. But there's going to be enough water on track for us to go all the way to the end on this Inter. So, yeah. Stroll's race. Jesus Christ. It was so bad. He just made so many mistakes. Like, he had a chance of finishing in the points, but he made too many mistakes. Too many mistakes. We're really going for it, basically, with Alonso for a couple of laps. I'm just trying to pull out a bit of a gap. We've got a big old gap, to be fair, to Russell, so we don't really need to worry about him. We won't catch Bottas 3.5 seconds up the road. I don't think we'll catch him, but it's worth having a go at it. And then I'm going to deploy that energy.
Energy if you need it.
So yeah, they're already on the last lap. Jesus Christ. They really did have some serious pace, didn't they? But yeah, it is what it is. You can't win them all, gang. Stroll is up to P13. Will he catch what's the name on the last lap? I don't know. He's on the wet tyre, isn't he, Sainz? So that's what I was thinking. He might catch him. But I don't think he will. I think the checkered flag will get waved for Stroll before he has a chance, because Hamilton's gone across the line. Yeah, there you go. P13 for Lance Stroll. It's not great, to be honest with you. Without mistakes, he might have finished in the points, but that is what it is. It looks, though, like Alonso is going to cross the line in P5. And I will honestly take that all day, because qualifying was a bit of a shit show. But the race, we kind of repaired the damage. We finish in the points, but so do the Alpines, both of them. I think it's going to be P5 and the constructors going in to the final race. So there you have it, confirmation of the race. So yeah, we did gain a spot for Fernando Alonso, and as you can see, Lance Stroll did gain 3 places, but it could have been a whole lot better for Lance Stroll had he managed to keep the car on the racetrack, which is something he seems to be incapable of doing from time to time. But anyway, Fernando is up into 6th position in the drivers. That is bloody incredible. Basically best of the rest as things stand going into the final race of the season. He's had a very good debut year, hasn't he? I really hope our car doesn't go backwards. I really hope it does. I don't think they can be caught now, in all honesty. I know we closed the deficit slightly. It's a 16-point gap now, but they would have to get no points and we would have to get serious points. So yeah, I don't think they can really be caught. 5th, I will be more than happy with. 7th was the goal this season. And so there you have it, my friends. We're done and dusted for this race, and it is the last race next time out, and we very much look forward to it. Last season, oh my god, we were on for double points in this race, and you will remember with 10 laps to go, one driver went out, and then with about 4 to go, the other one went out, and it was just a nightmare situation. I want to score points. I want to try and do as well as possible in that last race, so be sure to join me and find out what we're going to do. But anyway, we're done and dusted. Do all the usual stuff. Like, share, subscribe, comment in the comment section below. But until next time, stay safe, stay humble, and I'll see you real soon.